Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Aniruddha. Call sign is Victor Uniform number 3 Foxtrot Mike Lima. We are at the end of the monsoon season over here. There are still few dark clouds over the mountains, but mostly it seems to be okay. I hope it doesn't rain for next half an hour or so, because the reason why we are here, this is my small house in the countryside. The weather right now is really very nice, except for those dark clouds. But okay, so the reason why we are here right now is a few months back I had made a video about a short dipole antenna for 20 meters. This is in fact a loaded dipole for 20 meters. That's what makes it short. So these are the loading coils. This is one and the other is over here. Now I will put link to this original video about designing and constructing it in the description below. You can check that out. It involves all the details about designing and constructing and then testing. So this antenna was not in use for a longer time, and I have no idea if it works correctly or not. I have done some basic testing, like doing the continuity and all, and this is the common mode current choke that we'll be using. And this entire antenna I'm planning to mount on this tripod. It goes 14 feet high, and length of the antenna will be added to it. So around 16 to 17 feet would be the height of the center point from the ground. Oh, some sunshine, very nice. So let me mount this antenna on the tripod and we'll continue. So stay tuned. Okay, now I have mounted the antenna on the tripod. I have not used guy wires or anything to support that tripod. Right now it's not windy and it's not that much of height. So let me now check the SWR. I'm going to use nano VNA for it. So hold on, I will come back. I hope you can see this. So right now the SWR shows me that it is 1.4 at 13.748. So clearly it is resonant at a lower frequency than what we want, which means the length of the elements is bit longer and we need to shorten it. So you see these telescopic elements, we will have to reduce the length a bit because the nano VNA shows that the elements are a little bit too long. Let me reduce it and come back and then we'll check again. Okay, I've adjusted the length such that the SWR is, I hope you can see it, around 1.3 at 14.222 megahertz. Let's see, 14.200. That's where I transmit most of the time. So it's around 1.3, which is quite acceptable, I guess. So this antenna, which was in storage for a long time, seems to be showing good SWR right now. I guess this must be around 12 to 14 feet off the ground, nothing much. It seems that it's going to rain, so let's hope it does not, and then I will connect my radio and we'll see what we are able to do with it. That in front is southeast. So the terrain here is such that there are mountains on all sides of this location. I showed you earlier also. See, there are mountains on all sides. So that's the north, that's the east, and then there is south, and there is a bit of opening at southeast. Anyway, it shouldn't matter. Just to give you an idea of the terrain. Surely enough, when you don't want it to rain, it rains heavily, and that's what happened. Look at those clouds. They are so low. So I had lowered the antenna so that if there are heavy winds, it won't fall down. It's all wet now. I'm going to wait for some time and wait for it to dry. It shouldn't matter much except for this choke, which has got all wet now. This thing I had used for end-fed half wave, this air choke, and actually we don't need it because we have the common mode current choke over here, but I've not removed it. I've just kept it just like that. We're getting a good match, so shouldn't be a problem. This time I'm going to use microbitex, so I'll be operating QRP. I'm just waiting for this to dry up a little bit. It shouldn't matter much. So I'll come back with my radio, and just to make sure that if it rains again, I will operate from my car. That's my ride. I have not installed any antennas on it. I want to put up at least a VHF UHF antenna. Well, that's another video for another time. This is a very nice place. I come here often to escape the busy life of the city. Not many people around. I have a couple of neighbors. That's the whole area. We usually go for a walk from this gate into the fields. And that's my house. The winds are very high over here, and you see this used to be my tank, and it was not full. It was almost empty because I had not visited here for a long time, and the winds blew that from that place onto the fence here, and completely broke it. So now I have that structure constructed. So it's like a cage, and it's not going to move that anymore. It's locked in place. And I also make sure that it's never empty. From the west side there are heavy winds that flow here. So that's my working condition. It's still drizzling, so I'm going to wait for some time. See you then. It's raining very heavily now. I hope this weekend doesn't get ruined because of these heavy rains. If it doesn't stop raining anytime soon, I don't think it will. The way it's raining right now, maybe I will continue tomorrow. I'll be here for 3 days, so hopefully I will get at least a few contacts. At least I will be able to operate a bit. But we saw earlier that there was a bit of a sunshine, but then things got worse. My poor antenna. This is not meant to be installed permanently. It's supposed to be a field antenna. I have not added any protections for it. Let's see. I don't think I can operate in these conditions. Well, let's enjoy the nature.